Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. It's Friday. What? So, my name is Eve. This is Eve's Creations Paint Party coming to you from my humble abode. And we're going to have fun painting tonight. Good night, summer. So, sunset, ocean. Can't wait. We're going to have fun, fam. So, say hello if you're painting with me tonight. And let me know if anyone's painting with you. And let me know if it's your first time here. We love newbies in the house. We love newbies. We take all sorts. We take newbies, we take watchers, we take creepers, we take painters. It's all family style in this video. So, speaking of which, all my videos are kid friendly, so please watch your comments and I will try to watch this thing. Alright, the weapons this evening are, we have Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat. We have Mini-Me. He looks just like Big Boy, except he's really small. And we have a large Fluffy in the house. Beat up bristly brush. And Mr. Nifty. He's for our details. I'm going to pour my paint. It's the same colors every single party. Black, white, red, blue, and yellow. So, let's say hi to Mr. Butters. Because, you know, he might be chiming in. He's part of the fan, too. Say hi, buddy. Who's a good boy? Look at you, avoiding the camera. You never know. He might start chiming in, so we have to always give him props. So, hello, Cheryl. Hello, Tina. You guys are watchers tonight. That's fine. That is fine. So I'm going to put you in your handy dandy holder and let you get a good look at what we're painting tonight. I cannot show you both at once, so if you need a reference, take a screenshot. Alright, so let me move this back a little bit so you can get the entire image into your little square there. I am working on a 16 by 20, 16 up and down, 20 across. So, hello, everybody. So, we have Cheryl in the house. Tina is here. Looks like Jamie just popped on. Hi, Jamie. Where you been, love? Where you been? So, you know I like to do roll call. So, let's get this thing started. Alright, so take your screenshot. I'm going to pour my paint and we're going to get started immediately. Enough of this fooling around. We've got sunsets to paint. We've got oceans to do. Hello, Tina. How you doing, sweetheart? We got 2 Tinas now. There is Tina squared going on in our fam. Julia is here. Hello, Julia. Alright, so Julia's going to be watching the replay. Replays are always available. Always free to watch. Tips are appreciated, so let me insert that for you guys. I'll insert the links, PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, because let's face it, people, art supplies are not free. They should be, but they're not. Oh, it's been a crazy couple of months. Alright, you're excused, Jamie. You're excused. Alright. So, anyway, I got a funny story to tell you all. I turned around and my sister gave me barbecue chicken leftovers, right? So, I'm painting last night, and I decided to reheat these leftovers in my toaster oven. Now, I'm starving. I'm completely starving. And I turn around and I have, I take the toaster oven down and I put the chicken in and I turn the wheel and it dings and I'm like, oh, well, that didn't cook as much as I thought it should. So then I turn the wheel again and I'm like, oh, that still didn't cook, right? Twice. Did it twice. I never plug the toaster oven in. So, FYI, it doesn't work if it's not plugged in. Third time's a charm. I got to eat my chicken last night, but I thought you'd all appreciate that story. Now you know exactly all about me and who I am and what I'm all about. If you weren't sure before, nothing but nutty. All right, white, yellow, red, blue, and the teeniest amount of black. And let me get my coffee. Hi, Elizabeth. How you doing, sweetheart? Hello, hello, hello. Elizabeth is here. So, I don't know if any of you ever done stuff like that, but I seem to do that more and more these days. I don't know what that's all about. Guess I'm just not paying attention. Alright. Is what it is. Alright, take your screenshots, guys. We're ready to start. We're ready to start. So, don't clean your brush unless I instruct you to. And the instruction will be swirl, tap, dab. You swirl it in your cup. You dab it on your paper towel. You swirl it in the water. You tap it on the cup. You dab it in the paper towel, because we're going to be using a lot of colors here tonight, and it's a lot of blending. So there's times where I'm not going to want you to clean your brush, and you might want to, but I don't want you. Happens to you all the time, Tina? Hello, 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 Lisa. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, it's the almighty blank canvas. It's so scary. Oh, it's so scary. I don't know if we can handle the almighty blank canvas, but we're going to tackle it with our weapons. We're going to tackle it. Hello, 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 Lisa. How you doing, sweetheart? All right, we're going to be using Big Boy. Big Boy is the man of the hour. He is the man of the hour. Let me tilt this down a little bit. There we go. That's much better. Much, much, much better. Swirl, tap, dab, Big Boy, people. And we're going to start off with just some blue and white. Some blue and white. I'm doing all right, Lisa. I'm doing all right. I am hanging in. All right, so we're grabbing some blue. And we're grabbing some white. So, more blue than white. Very simply, you're just going to start going across. We're just doing across. That's all we're doing. Alright, there's a lot of blending in this painting. A lot of blending. So I hope you guys maybe refreshed your memory and watched my how-to blending video. There's a lot of blending. And if you're not so good at blending yet, that's alright. You'll get there. You will get there. I have the utmost confidence that you can do this. 6,000%. 6,000%. And if you have any questions, absolutely ask me. Ask me. Can't answer a question if you don't ask it. That is for sure. And they're all good questions. They are all good questions. Yes, they are. Alright, so once you do your blue and your white, you want to start adding a little bit of yellow. Alright, so we're going to start add some yellow, grabbing our blue, grabbing our white, because we're going to go for a turquoise color. Okay, and I'm going to paint into what I already painted and pull it down. Into what I already painted and pull it down. Okay, guys? Into what you already painted, pull it down. So, white, yellow, and blue. White, yellow, and blue, everybody. White, yellow, and blue. So you go into what you already painted, and then you just pull it down. That is the whole secret. That is the whole secret to blending. That's it. You go right into what you already painted, and you just pull it down, cover more of your canvas. Alright, so the more you brush over it, the more blended and soft it becomes. More blended and soft it becomes. Okay, so we're going to do this turquoise. We're going to go down. We're going to go down pretty far. We're going to make a bigger stripe of turquoise than we did of the blue. And as you're working your way down, right, when you hit about this point, when you hit this point, right, when you're at this level, I want you to grab a lot of white. So now I'm putting a lot of white on my brush. Not any more color, just a lot of white. And we're going to pull this all the way down. And like I said, you go into what you already painted, and then you pull it down. Alright, so we're grabbing a lot of white, and we want to soften the whole bottom of this out with just white. I didn't grab any more colors. I'm grabbing just white now. And I'm going under what I already painted. And I'm going into what I painted and pulling it down. So that's going to pick up color for you. Alright, we're just using white paint. Just white. And like I said, the more you brush over it, the softer it becomes. The softer it becomes. Okay. So, now that you pretty much don't have any color left on your brush, pretty much just have some white paint on there, I want you to turn around and you're going to grab a little bit of red now. You're going to grab a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, clean yellow, and some white. A lot of white. A lot of white. Okay? And now you should be hitting about the halfway mark on your canvas. You should be hitting about the halfway mark on your canvas. So, a lot of white, some red, and some yellow, clean yellow. Right? We take our paint from the sides so we don't kerplunk in the center and destroy our paint. And a lot of white. A lot of white. Okay, and I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush right now. I'm going to get all of that out of there. I'm going to get everything out of my brush. So swirl tap dab my brush right now. Swirl tap dabbing. And I'm very simply just going to take my brush that is nice and wet. Not dripping, just nice and wet. And I'm going to soften all this out just by going back and forth over it. Back and forth. And I want to bring this a little further down. Just a little bit. So I'm going to grab my yellow, my white, and my red. Yellow, white, and red, everybody. Yellow, white, and red. That's it. Makes the prettiest peach color ever. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The prettiest peach you've ever seen. Yes. Alright. So. Bam. We are halfway. We are halfway. You should be about halfway now. Okay? And smooth it right on out. Smoothing it out, everybody. We're being smooth this evening. We're a bunch of smooth people. We just smooth. Being smooth. I am anything but smooth. Like, if I meet like a cute guy or something, right? If I meet like a cute person and I'm like interested, I turn into the biggest, klutziest, giggliest person you ever want to meet. It is quite embarrassing, actually. So smooth is not in my vocabulary. Definitely not. Alright, so far Julia chimed in. She's camping, so she's going to be watching the replay. We got Tina in the house. Cheryl is here. Jamie, Tina number 2, and Elizabeth and Lisa. Hello, fam. How y'all doing? I hope everyone's doing well. We're having some beautiful weather post our storm, so that's always a pleasure. That's always a nice thing. I'm giving you guys a chance to catch up mustard with your skies here, because I did that wicked fast, because I have to do it while the paint is still wet, and I have a very bright light, so it dries my paint like instantly. So now you guys can catch up mustard, do what you need to do, and get that gorgeous sky for yourself. It's not hard. You guys can do it. And then we're going to go into fluffy. we're going to go into fluffy. So get your fluffy brushes ready, right? I'm using a large fluffy this evening. A very large fluffy. And the thing is the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. Because we're going to do our clouds now. So you want to start off small. Because we're going to be doing lots of layers. Alright? So you want to start off small. Because the more you play with it. Yes, everything is well, Tina. Yours came in Tuesday. We just had ours like a day or so ago. And now we've been getting gorgeous weather. You ever notice how amazing life becomes after a storm? During the storm, you think, oh my goodness, what I'm going to do. And, you know, you find the power, you find the strength, be it with family, be it with, you know, your creator, whoever you get your power from. It's out there. You just got to tap into it. And you get through that storm with your friends, your family, and whatnots. And the other side is always so much more clear and beautiful. Mother Nature teaches us that. Yes, she does. She teaches us that. 6,000%. All right, so I'm going to grab Fluffy. I'm going to grab some white paint. Okay, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be super clean white. It could be all mucked up white. It don't really matter. And I'm putting just a little bit, guys. Very little. How much paint? A little bit. All right, I'm putting that right on the tip of my brush, and I'm going to do a little smush, get the excess off. Okay, so a very small amount of paint. I'm going to hold my brush back here so I can get some wiggle movement going on. And we're just going to wiggle it in circles. Alright, so find your center. Find our center, which is right about here. And you're going to go above that. And you're going to just start to do these little swirls. You're just doing these little swirls. Like I said, start off small. Because we're going to be adding lots of layers to these things. So, and the more we play with it, the bigger it's going to get. So, now that you have, you know, about a hand's worth of cloud painted, now I want you to grab some blue and red with that. So you're going to do white, blue, and red. Okay, still a tiny, tiny amount of paint. I'm going to dab it off on the side here. And I'm going to work this cloud. And now I'm going to put the blue and the white. And if you notice, I'm zigzagging up and down. I'm going up, I'm going down, right? And we're going to take this right off the canvas. And if you notice, I didn't grab any more paint. And you want to leave this white, okay? So don't get happy and start putting your purple in there. You want to leave that white, all right? And now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to come over on this side. And I'm going to grab that blue, red, and white. Dab off the excess. Hello, Kelly. How you doing, sweetheart? We didn't do much. You can catch up in a lick. Alright? Very little paint. I'm going to come over here. Light touch. And this guy's smaller. He's smaller. Alright? So, very small. Don't get nutty. Okay? He is very small. Alright, so let me add a little bit more white in there because you guys can't see what I did. I can see what I did, but you guys can't see what I did. So I'm just grabbing some white paint just so you can see what I did. Alright, just so you can see what I did. That's all. Like I said, don't play with it too much like I am right now. I'm playing with it too much. My cloud in this one's going to be bigger than the cloud in the other one. Deb is here. She's a watcher. Deb is being a watcher. You got your brushes, Deb? Awesome. Deb is kicking it with a set of brushes. Kelly is here. Kelly made it. Hello, Flam. Did I just say Flam? Hello, fam. Alright, so now I'm going to swirl tap dab this brush because it's getting too much paint into it. Like I said, we're using you're so excited. Got your own set, right? Now you can do every single video I've ever made. Deb's working with her own big boy, people. Big boy is in the house. Oh, yeah. Step right up and get your big boys. I'm telling you. Alright, so I'm going to swirl tap dab that fluffy, right? And, you know, with your fluffies, those of you that have your fluffies at home, beat them up. Beat them up. Beat those brushes up. They're new. They need to get spanking. You need to beat them up. And bristles are going to fall out, and they're going to make a big old mess, but that's alright, because the more beat up they get, the better they work for you. Alright, so now I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to go back to grabbing that white. And it can have that yellow and that red in it. Alright, that's not a big deal. Again, dab it off on the side. And I'm going to come in here, find my center, and you're going to go over here. Okay? And you're going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And when you get that first part done, okay, then you're going to come over to the other side, do the same thing. Same thing. Same thing, guys. You guys got this. We're going to be painting so much on these clouds. No worries. You're just getting the basic shape in there. You're going to get the basic shape of two new Mr. Nifties in the house. He's definitely nifty, Deb. Hello, 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 Nancy. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? Nancy's here. Nancy is here. Alright, so now, once you have that part painted in, hello, Lisa. Hello, 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 Lisa. We have two Lisas and two Tinas going on over here. Alright, once you have that in, I want you to go back to grabbing that red and that blue and that white. Lisa just finished eating. Nancy, you're trying to make it? You'll make it, love. You always make it. I'm always, you're always in my thoughts. So I'm going to grab that red, that white, and that blue now. And I'm going to come in here and make half this cloud purpley. Very, very soft touch, and all doing circles. All we're doing is circles. That's it. Just doing circles. Very small amounts of paint, doing circles. And don't worry about how any of this looks, because we're completely covering it up. I mean, unless you want to leave it like this. It's your painting. It's your world. Do what you want to do. Just do what you want to do. It is your world. Your world. Yes, it is. Hello, 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 Gloria. Hello, sweetheart. Gloria's here tonight. Change your setup, Kelly. Change your setup. You gotta get landscape. Alright, so ketchup mustard with that. And we're gonna go back to Big Boy in a minute. But ketchup mustard with that, alright, guys? So we're gonna get all of these shapes and where everything is down. And then I'm gonna show you how to get all the nice, bright, bold colors in there. The sunset colors. Oh well. So, your painting's going to be straight up and down. It's fine. It's still going to work. Same thing. It's still going to work. No worries. You can paint straight up and down too. Marlene! Hi Marlene! Hello, hello, hello. Welcome Marlene. You found me again. Here I am. You found me. Welcome Marlene. Welcome to the lives. Big boy is sweet. Welcome to the lives, Marlene. Everybody welcome Marlene to the family. Woo woo! She found us. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome Marlene. We got a newbie in the house. What? Big boy's the best brush ever, Kelly. Kelly with a big boy. Step right up and get your big boys. Howdy, howdy. Welcome, welcome, Marlene. Oh, that's right. You had your hip replaced. I remember now. All right, well, we're saying hello to you again anyway. We're welcoming you back. Welcome back. So, that's right, Marlene. Marlene, we sent you some prayers and wishes, didn't we? So, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing all right. You are so welcome. Welcome back, Marlene. I suffer from this thing, and I can't remember anything. The acronym is CRS, but I can't tell you what that stands for. So, anyway, that's what I suffer from. And, so, basically means I can't remember a thing. Alright, so, we're going to grab Big Boy now. And we're going to grab our blue, red, and white. Small amount of white. Not a lot at all. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, just a tiny bit. Alright, hold your brush back here. Now we're going to draw this line again and again and again, so don't stress it. But hold your brush back here, straight up against the canvas. Right across. And like I said, we're going to paint this line again. Because as we work on our clouds, we're going to wind up having to fix this line. And that's okay. So don't worry if it's straight or not straight. Faster you go, straighter it's going to be. Blue, red, a little bit of white. Blue, red, and a little bit of white. Makes a nice dark purple. Makes a nice dark purple for y'all. For y'all. I sound like Julie Ann now. For y'all. She says howdy. I say for y'all. The fam is always in flux. Sure, that makes it all hard for us to remember. Well, thank you for that, Tina. Because I really have a hard time remembering stuff. And I love that you're all here. And, you know, maybe we should do a new title. Maybe we should start calling people poppers. They pop on, they pop off, they pop back. They're just popping all over the place. There are poppers. There are family poppers. Alright, so I'm doing this nice, dark, rich, beautiful color. And so we're working on this half of the canvas. So you want to go at the halfway point between this section. Right about here, okay? Halfway. Alright, about 2 hands up from the bottom. Except you, Kelly. You can put it wherever you want. Except you, Kelly, because you got it facing the wrong way. Alright, once you hit this point now, you're going to turn around, you're going to swirl tap dab your brush. Crazy retro singer, it's a thing. Yes, I'm definitely a crazy retro singer. But I don't remember any of the words. So I wind up singing my own thing. Alright, swirl tap tap big boy. And now we're going to put our turquoise color in. You guys remember what that was, right? Blue, some yellow, and some white. Blue, yellow, and white. Blue, yellow, and white, right? So we're going to put our turquoise color in now. Blue, yellow, and white, guys. If it's looking too green, add some more blue. If it's looking too blue, add some more yellow. If it's looking too dark, add some more white. We're going to add our turquoise color in now, everybody. Doing the turquoise. That's what we're doing. Oh, too yellow. See that? Too yellow. Too yellow. We don't want any yellow in the water, that's for sure. No yellow in the water. Don't want that. Alright, and now, about halfway over here, you're going to cut this down. Okay, we're going to cut that down. Nice little angled swoop there. And you're going to grab some more blue now. Make this a little darker. Make this swoop down a little darker. Alrighty, guys. You guys got this. You guys got this. No worries. No worries. So I just added some more blue to my turquoise just to make that swoop a little darker. A little darker. And then you want to take that blue and you want to pull it across. And your finishing line over here, you want to make that a little darker. Okay? So I was doing my turquoise. I grabbed extra blue. I did this corner in here with the extra blue. And then I'm going to pull that extra blue right onto the edge of where my water stops. Okay, because you just want that to be a little darker in there. Right in here. Whoop, right there. Just a little darker, that's all. Sheila is here. Hello, 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 Sheila. I'll show you. You were out and forgot my phone, and now you got home, and here you all are. That's right, Sheila. Same bat channel, same bat place. That's what we're talking about. Sheila's in the house. We're painting Goodnight Summer. That's what we're painting. Who else popped on while I was doing my water? Painting and rambling. That's all I do. That's all I do. Gloria, right? So pretty. So here you go, Sheila. We're painting Goodnight Summer. You guys always ask me for landscapes. Always, always, always asking me for landscapes. So here you go. Here's an oceanscape for you. I listen. You don't think I do, but I do. I listen. I listen. Alright, so now we're going to take dirty old big boy here, and we're going to grab some yellow and red, and we're going to grab some dirty white, and we're going to grab a little bit of black, and we're going to smush that all around, and we're going to make like a brownish tan color. Alright, if it's looking too green, add more red. Okay, mush this all together. and you will get a tannish brown color. If you want it darker, you just add small amounts of black. Small amounts of black. Not a lot of black at all. At all. A little bit at a time. If you do too much, you're going to wind up with just a black, muddy, grayish tone. Grab that dirty white. That's right. You're an impatient painter, but you think you can catch up. Alright, Sheila, you work your magic. You work your magic. Okay, so now we're going to do our brush strokes. Up and down. Up and down, okay, guys? Up and down. Alright, and all these colors are going to come out, and you can leave them. Alright, this is a wet, sandy beach area. So I'm going right on that edge. And we're going up and down. Hear me clicking on my easel? Click, clock, click, clock. Nancy, looks like the Lake of Ozarks. How do you put limestone cliffs peeking out on a part of the horizon if I went rogue again and made it wooded lake? So, Nancy, watch my how to mountains, rocks, and cliffs. Okay? Watch my how to rocks and cliffs, okay? That'll tell you how to paint cliffs. There's a just fast forward through the video till you get to the point of where I'm explaining how to paint a cliff. And that'll answer all your questions. That'll answer all your questions. Alright, once you have that, wipe off your brush. Just wipe it off. You can leave it dirty. Just wipe it off. And you're going to grab some blue paint. A little bit. How much paint? A little bit. And you're going to come in here and you're going to zigzag zoom. You're going to zigzag zoom. Alright, now this is going to blend in. So you got to keep grabbing some more paint. Because this is wet, wet, wet. But you're going to zigzag zoom. We want it to blend in. We want it to kind of disappear. We want it to look like dark water that got onto the beach. You know, here, there, not everywhere. Don't do a perfect blue stripe. See how mine's kind of separated? See that? That's what you want. Alright? Don't do one solid blue stripe. You don't want a solid blue stripe. If we wanted a solid blue stripe, I wouldn't be bothering to zigzag zoom. Would I? Would I? No. Okay? And this is going to add your wet water that's on the beach. Okay? So, and a little bit of paint at a time. So all you impatient Nellies out there, zigzag zoom. I have all these sayings, Sheila. No, I definitely would not be doing zigzag zoom if I didn't want all that separation. I'd be just drawing one solid line and we'd be done with this already. Alright? So, place your brush here, there, not everywhere. And fill this in for yourself. And you notice I still went horizontal down this angle. Still went horizontal down that angle. That's your favorite? I like it a lot. I do have a lot of little weird sayings, don't I? Is what it is. Alright, guys. Ketchup mustard with that one. Speaking of weird sayings. And as Kelly likes to add, who wants a hamburger? So, those of you came in late. And those of you playing ketchup, that's okay. Ketchup mustard. And then now we're going to get into the layer number 2. So we just did our first layer of everything. And we're going to get into layer number 2. So lots of fun stuff going on. We got 3 layers to do. First one, check. I try to be happy and I try to be fun. I don't know. Just who I am. It's just who I am. Sometimes I don't start off happy, but painting with you guys makes me happy, so it's all good. Alright, so 3 layers to this, maybe 4 if you really want to get particular, because we have adding the details layer. So we just got first layer done. Bam! We're going to work on second layer. Layer number 3. Making our colors pop, and then just adding some details. Adding some tiny little details after that. So, check. We are well on our way to our Goodnight Summertime. That should be a song. It really, really, really should be a song. You know what I'm saying? Goodnight Summer. I'm working on our Friday painting. I'm going full on Halloween. I took all of your suggestions and I threw them into one painting as usual. You guys had a lot of great suggestions, and you know, instead of me making one simple painting, we're going to be painting a whole bunch of stuff in one painting, because that's just the way Eve rolls. You guys know that already. You can always turn around and paint whatever piece you want. You know, you can take some of the little tiny things I do and make whole paintings out of them. Well, Kelly, you better try. Okay, so somebody asked for a haunted house. There's your haunted house. Somebody asked for a graveyard. There's your graveyard. We had a witch on the list. So there's our witchy witch. Of course, this isn't finished. And we had some peekaboo animals you guys wanted to do. So guess what's going to go in the trees? Guess what's going in the trees? Okay, so everybody had their Halloween suggestions. Thank you so, so, so much. So in true Eve fashion, instead of just doing 1 or 2, we're going to have 4 of those suggestions in one painting. One painting, of course. So, that is next Friday. We're going to be visiting some Halloween stuff next Friday. That's right. And you're like, well, Eve, Halloween's not to the end of October. But you know what? I know how you guys roll. You're bored with summer already. That's why we're saying goodnight. And, Jerry! Jerry's in the house. Hi, Jerry. And then by the time we get to Halloween, you're going to be bored with Halloween, and you're going to want to do Thanksgiving. Oh, that's awesome, Marlene. Hi, baby cakes. Tina, details. Oh, goody. I know you love the details, Tina. I know you can't wait. I know you can't wait. Alright, so swirl, tap, dab, fluffy. Swirl, tap, dab, fluffy. Alright, so you can go into your dirty white again. See my white? It's all mucked up. Do a little tap, tap. Little dab, dab on the side. Very small amount of paints. I did a gnome painting. I did 2 gnome paintings. I did There's No Place Like Gnome, and I did a spring gnome. You guys want a fall gnome? Alright, I can do that. We can do a fall gnome. Let me put it on my list. Because like I said, I can't remember a thing. We can do a fall gnome, Deb. Not for a while yet, okay? Because there's lots of Halloween stuff I want to do. A little bit of paint. Okay? You're going to come in here where your water's kind of changing color. You're going to go a step up into your blues. And you're just going to do very light swirls. Just going across. A little up and down motion, but mainly just across. Not straight across. Not straight across, okay? And it's a little higher in the center, and it goes down on the sides. Alright, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And if you noticed, I didn't grab any more paint on my brush. This is the same amount of paint that I had when I started. I'm just pushing it around. Pushing it around, doing swirling motions, that's all. That's all I'm doing. Alright, yeah, we'll do a fall gnome. I can get down with that. Alright, so you did line 1. Small amount of paint. About 2 or 3 fingers under that. You're going to do line 2. Right? Just lightly gliding my brush across. And this meets over here, and this meets over here, okay? So those two meet. That meets on the side there. Can you guys see that? I don't know if I have you back far enough. There we go. So it meets on the side here, okay? And then it's going to meet on this side. Alright, line 2. Need a third one. Need a third one. Alright, third one's right in here. Very tiny, so I'm just going to use the edge of the brush. I'm just using the edge of the brush here because it's very small. So I'm just using my edge. Living on the edge. Because it's really small. Or you could use a smaller brush. Whatever suits your fancy. Whatever suits your fancy, but that's really small. Alright, you guys got that? Cool beans. Cool beans. You like Fluffy, right? Fluffy's the bomb. Gotta beat him up, though. You gotta beat him up. Alright, so now what you're gonna do is put Fluffy away and you're gonna swirl tap that big boy. Swirl tap that big boy. You need some clean white paint, okay, guys? Hi, Tammy. How you doing, sweetie? Tammy's here. Alright, so grab yourself some clean white paint. Thanks, Jerry. That looks so realistic. Sometimes I repeat what you guys write because on YouTube, they don't see all your wonderful comments. So I try to repeat them for our YouTube watchers. Marsha's watching. Our resident watcher is here. The watcher is in the house. Marsha's on deck. Hello, 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 Marsha. Hello, hello, sweetheart. Alright, so swirl tap that big boy. Get him nice and clean. The more you swirl, cleaner he gets. Alright. Yes. Oh, you got extra waves, huh? Kelly? It's alright. We're going to grab our clean white paint. Alright, nice and flat on the brush. Pull the brush across your palette. Nice and flat. Kelly's probably got waves all down her long canvas. I can just picture it. You guys share your creations. I love looking at them. Alright, so we're going to go into that center, right? We're going to find our center again. And you're going to do some zigzag zoom. Right? Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Okay, you want a nice, or you can just pull with big boy and then lift up. You can do that too. Want that nice and white in there. Right, we want that nice and white in there. Okay, we might have to do another layer of white to cover that purple. So we want it nice and white in there. And then in your wave, you're going to pull down though. You're going to pull down. Okay, so in the middle of the wave, we want to lighten that up. We want to lighten this up, so you're going to pull down. I'm just using clean white paint. That's all I'm doing. Okay, but pull down. So this was across, this is down. Right? Then you're going to turn around and just get some white paint on the tip of Big Boy, just the tip. Nice flat edge, pull it across your palette. And you're going to come in here and we're going to zigzag zoom again. Right? And you're going to zigzag zoom. Go up, down, go on that water's edge. Right? Here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. Notice I didn't grab any more paint. I am going to flip my brush around though. Okay? And you're going to get those water lines on your beach. So here, there, not everywhere. Now I'm grabbing some more paint. Nice and flat on the brush. And now I'm just going to put some dashes in. And it's okay if they fluff up a little bit because it's water. Don't matter. Right? So I'm just going to put some dashes in. Alright, look at you guys. You already know how to get water hitting the beach. Hitting the beach. So I'll give you a close-up on what those brush strokes look like. See that? Here, there, not everywhere. That's what it looks like, okay? It's soda time, people. I hope you all have your refreshments handy. Alright, so we're going to grab Mini-Me. Mini-Me! Use our small flat brush, remember? Use our small flat brush. I'm doing alright, Marsha. I'm doing alright. Cracking my soda. See? You know, I really should get paid for sponsoring diet soda. Alright, grabbing Mini-Me. Grabbing Mini-Me. Good night, Dad. Thanks so much for chiming in. Alright, I'm going to grab Mini-Me. And we're going to grab some white paint. And we're going to grab tiniest bit of yellow, tiniest bit of red. Lot of white. A lot of white. A lot of white. How much white? A lot of white. Right? Now we're going to come in here and we're going to do a little swoop down between our clouds. Okay? You're going to start in your cloud. Come on over, do a little swoop. And then just soften that out. Just soften that out. No extra paint. Alright? And I'm actually going to put a little water on my brush. I'm going to put a little water on my brush so this blends out nicer. Alright, so I put a little water on my brush just to blend it out a little nicer. Okay, and then we can use our favorite blending tool. We can use our favorite blending tool, of course. Right, there you go. Alright, so now I'm going to swirl tap dab Mini-Me. And I'm going to grab my white paint. And I'm going to come up in here. And right where I did that swoop down, right in the center, you want to draw your sun circle. Right? But you're going to stop at that swoop down, so you're not going to see the whole thing. Right, just like that. Just like that. Right, and with the white on your brush, you want to add more white into your space here, because you need that nice and bright so our sun colors show up. Alright, so since you have white on your brush, you might as well add some white over here. Might as well add some more white in these two sections here. Add some more white going up and down too. Doesn't have to, don't make it completely like solid, right? Because it's water. So you don't have to make it completely solid. We just want a nice base. We just want a nice base to put our sunset colors in. So don't worry about making it completely solid all the way across. That is not necessary. Not necessary at all. Right? Now I'm just going to soften that. Just going to soften that. Alright guys. So, now what I want you to do is clean that white out. And on this small cloud right here, you're going to grab red and yellow. Alright, do a little dab dab. You're going to come up to this cloud and you're going to do swooping motions. Right, you're going to work that red and that yellow into this cloud on the bottom of it. You know, on the bottom, swooping towards the middle. Okay, and then when you get to that point, I want you to start grabbing blue. So now you have mostly red and blue on your brush. And you're going to go into your red and just do a little back and forth, and then you could soften it. Soften it with your finger, okay? Alright, now I'm going to wipe off my brush, and I'm going to grab red, blue, and white to finish off the rest of my cloud. Alright, you can do circular motions. Okay. And this doesn't look right. That's okay. It's alright. This is only layer 1. So, it's not going to look right. We're going to add another layer of colors. And I'm going into where I did that blue, and I'm kind of pushing it around into my purple here. Just to make it soft, 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 because it is a cloud. Okay. Now swirl, tap, dab your brush. Grab your yellow and the smallest amount of red. And come back on where you did it before. And just do these swooping motions. Just doing these swooping motions. Okay, you guys got this. No worries. No worries. Very small amount of paint when you do that blue and that purple, because you don't want this turning around and becoming muddy. And if you have globs of paint on there, it's not going to get soft for you. Alright, so you're just going to put another layer in there. That's not our last layer, okay? So we're going to pop that red out. It has to dry first. So now I'm going to swirl, tap, dab, mini me. And I'm going to put another coat of white on my sun. Okay, you're going to put another coat of white on your sun there. Now we're going to grab Big Boy. So, the same practice we did with Mini-Me on this small cloud, we're going to do with Big Boy on these other clouds. Okay? So, let me explain it to you. Let me explain. I'm going to explain a little bit. Just a little bit, alright? Let me explain. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with white and yellow. Then, with the white and yellow on our brush, we're going to grab red. Alright? And we're going to work that until all the yellow's gone. And then we're going to grab red and blue to finish out our cloud. Okay? So it's kind of like how we did our sky. We're going to start off with yellow and white, red, yellow, and white, then mostly red, and then red and blue and white. Okay, that's how we're going to do the transition, and you're going to work it right across your cloud, and it's the same transition on all three clouds. Okay, so that's how it rolls. All right, so take a little sip of a little bravado if you need to. Do whatever you need to do, because we're totally going to do this. Wrap your head around that a little bit. And swirl tap that Big Boy. Because we can do this. We got this, people. Let me do some roll call. Let me get you guys all shook up. Shake it up. Tina is here. Cheryl and Jamie and Tina number 2. Elizabeth, Lisa, Deb, Kelly, Nancy, Lisa, Gloria, Marlene, Sheila, Jerry, Tammy, and Marcia. Julie is going to be watching the replay. Deb is going to be watching the replay. They just popped on to say hello, 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 fam. So, that's the amazing part. Now, if you want your color softer, you know I do everything bold. If you guys want your color softer in your painting, everything I tell you to do, just add more white to it. Alright, so if you want softer colors, if you want to keep it like in this soft zone, whatever I'm telling you to do, add more white paint. Alright? That's how you get it soft. If you want the bold colors the way Eve rolls, just follow what I'm saying. That's pretty scary. You guys ready? You guys are ready. You got this. Swirl tap that Big Boy. And you have to do this kind of quick because you want the softness in between the transitions, so you want it to blend. So you have to move a little quickly. That's why I explained. That's why I explained. So now I can move quickly and you know what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to grab white and yellow. White and yellow. Alright. Now I'm holding Big Boy like a pencil. We're not doing anything fancy, and we're just going to do swooping motions here. Right? So white and yellow. Right? A few of those. Now I'm going to grab my red. Okay? And notice I went in between the two with the red. So now I'm grabbing my red, and you're just doing these swooping motions here. Let the brush do the work. It's going to create all this pretty colors, and you're going to be golden. Alright? Now, I'm going to grab red. Just a smidge of white. Red with just a smidge of white in it. Okay? Now I'm going to start grabbing the blue. Blue and red. Blue, red, and white if you want it really soft. Blue, red, and a lot of white. Alright? And if your brush does something funky, leave it alone because it probably looks really cool. If you notice, I am just holding it like a pencil, and I'm just doing these curved strokes throughout this whole thing. And like I said, if your brush does something kind of funky, leave it alone. And you're sticking and moving. You're not going over this again. You're just kind of going right down the line. Right down the line. And I'm just going to make this a darker blue and red as I get to this part. Alright, and just like that, guys, you made a sunset cloud. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, now if you need to turn around and soften any of this, you can just take your finger and do a nice light little soften in between stuff if you want to. Alright. Good night, Elizabeth. Catch you on the replay, hon. Thank you so much for joining us. Alright, you got this. So we're going to do the same thing on the other two clouds. We're going to do the same thing on the other two clouds. And, you know, if you really didn't like how that cloud came out, the small guy, you can do the same thing on the small guy, too. So, you know, it's up to you. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing on the other clouds. That's all. That's what we're going to do. A sunset cloud. You like that, Jerry? You like that terminology? I called it a sunset cloud. That's what I called it. Looks like a rainbow cloud, kind of, right? I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so I'm going to just swirl tap that big boy here. And while he's nice and clean and wet, I'm just going to come in. I'm just going to come in and go over this with a nice clean brush, and I'm just going to soften some of it. Now you really should start from the yellow and go the other way so you don't wind up mixing your dark into where your yellow is. Right? So I'm going in with a nice clean brush, and I'm just softening all this out. So I'm swirl tap dabbing big boy. Start from your yellow and work your way. Go the other way. He's just nice and clean, holding a little bit of water. And I'm just working through this and softening it all out. Alright, guys. Now, swirl tap that big boy, and we're going to do the same thing on the other two clouds. Same thing. Close up! Alright, same thing on the other clouds. You guys got this. Yellow and white. Yellow and white. I'm going to put a little hump here. Oh, could help if I was on the cloud that I was painting on for your close-up. Whoops! I'm going to put a little hump here. And then I'm going to put a bigger hump here. Alright, Eve. It's alright. Alright, don't worry about going over your horizon line, because we're going to put that back in. So if you go over your line, that's okay. You know me, I don't paint in the lines. Alright, and as soon as I hit this point, I'm going to add some red. I'm going to add some red. Try to work that yellow out of my brush as much as possible. Alright, now I'm going to wipe my brush off. Wiping off my brush. I'm going to grab just red. And then I'm going to grab my red and my blue. Grab my red and my blue. Okay, and I'm kind of doing this fluffy style just to get all different little brush strokes in there. So I'm going to just do this fluffy style and not as uniformed. Alright, and I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush. Like I said, if you want it softer, just add a lot more white to it. That's the whole trick of getting it softer. If you don't want it bold, bold, bold. So I swirl tap down my brush. It's a little moist. It's moist. I'll come back in here, and I'm going to soften all those in between lines. Okay, just working my way down the cloud. And I'm just going to go soften all these lines out. That's all I'm doing. It's just a clean, damp brush. That's all it is. That's all it is. Alright, last one. So you guys got this. You guys got this. No worries. No worries. Alright, so we're going to grab clean big boy. Cleaning off the big boy. More you swirl, cleaner he gets. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm going to grab my yellow. I'm going to grab my white. Same process, guys. Doing a little hump here. Just a little hump. And then I'm going to make a bigger one. So yellow and white. Now I'm going to start grabbing my red. Right? Start grabbing my red. If you notice, I'm pushing my brush to get all those colors that are hiding in my brush to come out. Right? I'm going to wipe off my brush. I'm going to grab just my red. And then I'm going to grab my red and blue. Red and blue. Okay, now I'm going to clean off my brush and we're going to soften those lines. And then we're going to do our sunset area and our water, and we're going to be all set, guys. So you guys got this. No worries. Swirl tap dab my brush. Nice, soft, clean brush with some water on it. I'm just going to come in between all those changes of color. Work from the yellow down your cloud. And we're just going to soften all those lines up. Whoop! I got purple in my cloud. Oh well. Guess Mother Nature wanted a little purple spot. A little shadow spot. Are we surprised? Not in the least. So, happy little mistakes, right? Happy little mistakes. Soften that all out. That's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, everybody. Okay, now we're going to come up to this cloud up here. And we'll use Big Boy for it, just since you guys got the knack for Big Boy. Why not? I used the smaller brush, but we can use Big Boy for it. Same process, except we're not going in a line. We're kind of working our way up instead. And it's smaller brush strokes. Alright, so I'm going to grab my yellow and my white. And I'm going to come in here. Now, I'm going to try not to put my hand on the cloud I just did. We're going to come in here and we're going to put a pop. Now spin your brush. I'm going to put a pop of the yellow and white right there. I need more white on my brush. Right, so we're going to do a pop. Pop! Bam! Right? And then you're going to do a little here. And a little here. Right, now wipe off your brush. And I'm doing the show me the money spin, right? Show me the money with your fingers. Put your brush in your hand. Do your little spins like this. Little scoops. Scooping some dip. That's right. Who's got dip and chips? That's what I'm talking about. Jerry, you working with your pretzels tonight? Right, now I'm going to grab just my red. Come in here and do some scoops with the red. Okay, do some scoops with the red. So these are just smaller little scoops. If you want to do it with a smaller brush, by all means. I just figured you guys have the process down with Big Boy or your bigger brush, whatever you're using. If you didn't get a Big Boy in your house yet, I strongly suggest it. I use the same brushes every single party. So your replays, everything else, it's always the same paint, same brushes. Tina, your kit is on its way. Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to grab the red and the blue. When I grab the red and the blue, though, I'm going to go from the top. And I'm going to do my swirls the other way. Okay? I'm going to do my swirls the other way. Okay, and just kind of do a little mush in here. Now I'm going to clean my brush and we're going to soften that all out. The grandson beat you to them? Oh no, Jerry. But I'm glad you got them. I'm glad you got them, sweetheart. Yes, Tina, your kit is almost there. You're going to be able to do every single Eve's Creations paint party painting. Every single one, because it's always been the same supplies every painting, because I never wanted to have anybody stress out about getting certain things for themselves. Alright, so I'm taking a clean, oops, fumble! Drop Big Boy. Taking a clean Big Boy now, and I'm going to go in between my lines. And I'm just going to soften. Doing the same little swirly motion. A little dab and a little swirl in. Wipe off your brush if it's got dark stuck in it. Okay, and we're just going to soften this all out. Just a little water on my brush. Pressing and pressing a little bit. And we're just softening that all out. I'm going to swirl tap that Big Boy again. And I'm going to go up with my yellow once more. Went out of the lines. That's what spit's for. Just make sure your fingers are clean. So that's the sunset cloud. It's just going up instead of across. Alright, so everybody take a breather. Whoo, woo-saw it out. And we're going to add all of our sunset colors into our water. And we're going to be all set, guys. So, we just have to add all the sunset stuff going on in here. Playing with Fluffy again. I know Kelly likes that. Kelly likes playing with the Fluffy. And we're going to add our shadows and our little dots and highlights and whatnots. And we're going to be all set. Now, when we do this wave, it's the same process as the cloud, right? So it's going to be the yellows in here, then the reds, then you're going to work towards the purples. So it's the same process as the cloud. So you guys got this. No worries. No worries at all. So take a little woo-saw, shake it out. Stop playing with your clouds, because the more you play with them, the more muddy they're going to get. You gotta let it dry, Kelly. Stop painting. Stop. You gotta let it dry. You're gonna get a muddy mess. You're gonna wind up with brown clouds. Alright. we're going to take out Big Boy. All right, nice and clean. All right, we're going to go in here, and we're going to do our yellow and our red. We're going to put our yellow and our red right in here. More yellow than red, okay? All right, do a little zigzag zoom action going on the edge here. Don't worry about cleaning up your edge, because when we put our horizon back in, we're going to fix all those zigzags coming in and out of that. Okay, now I want you to turn around and take that yellow with that little bit of red, and you're going to color in your sun. Right, now I want you to wipe off your brush, and you're going to grab some red and a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow this time. Okay, so this was a lot of yellow, little red. A lot of yellow, little red. Now we're grabbing more red, some white and yellow, and you're going to fill in this space. Now, if you need to do this with a smaller brush, by all means, just grab yourself a smaller brush. I'm just being kind of lazy. If I'm going to be honest, I'm just being a little bit lazy using my big brush. Alright. We'll wipe that off. Come in here. Clean that line up a little bit. Grab some more yellow and red. And clean up my line. There we go. Alright, so swirl tap dab your brush, and we're going to do the same thing as we did with the clouds, but in our wave. Alright, so grabbing, you guys know what I'm doing, yellow and white. Right, you're experts at this already. Yellow and white. You're going to go right in the middle of your wave here. Right, up and down. Up and down. Small amount of paint. Now I'm going to grab my my red. Right, dirty brush, grabbing my red. I'm wiping it off on the side of my canvas. Oh, prayers to Tina, everybody. She says she's got some issues with her shoulder. I totally understand that. So she's a watcher tonight. We're going to send you some healing prayers and thoughts, sweetheart. Work that shoulder out. All right, now I'm going to grab my red. Okay, light touch. Light touch. Right, I just kind of softened that blend a little bit. That's all I did. With a very light touch. Don't lose that yellow. Once you lose that yellow, you can't get it back unless you let it dry and start over. Right, Kelly? Yes. So when I say that, Kelly, to get a thin amount of paint on my brush, I'm just wiping my brush along the side of my palette like this. So it hits that edge and wipes off all the extra paint. And then I get a really thin... The sun's there. You just can't see it because the camera's far away. See? There he is. Alright, now I'm going to grab just my red. And now I'm going to start grabbing my red and blue. opposite side of the canvas. I meant the side of the palette. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Alright, let's real tap dab my brush. Come in here, and now I'm going to soften this all out. Alright, I'm just going to go down the one side, wipe off my brush, go down the other side. Just a nice clean brush with some water in it, that's all. Soften that all out for yourself. Alright, now you're going to grab Fluffy. Swirl tap dab Fluffy. Smash them up in that paper towel. Get them nice and fluffy. Tina counting the days till her kit. I'm so excited. You're going to love it. You're going to like it a lot. I'm going to grab my white paint. It's kind of got stuff in there, but I really don't care. Because the colors can be in the waves. It's totally fine. And you're going to do like these scooping motions. And if this mixes in, that's okay. Because it's just going to put the color into your wave of the sunset. So you're going to do these scooping motions like that. Right? And if it gets a little too dirty, just wipe it off. Alright? But as you're grabbing this white paint, it's going to pick up the colors you just did. You're going to pick up those colors that you just did. Okay, so this is layer 2 on our waves. And then on the corner here, I have a wave kind of popping up this way. And then I have it going down. Okay, and the other side. So on the other side over here, I have a wave coming, splashing downward. So I'm going to do my wave splashing downward. So I'm going to start here and do a big scoop and pull like that. So he's splashing downward, and then I go back to doing just the little fluffs. Right, with this scooping motion. Okay, I'm going to come down into my row down here and add my fluffies back into that. And like I said, it's okay if the white picks up the colors around it. It's all good. We want that to happen. Hi, artists! You're getting, okay, getting lag. You're hoping it's a strain but need to rest it, using the mouse at work. Yeah, I bet you, you know, we're getting back to doing stuff we're not used to doing. You had to get groceries, so you're late. Well, I hope you got some good groceries. I hope you got some good groceries. Right, so this bottom wave here, it's just fluffing in circles. Doing a couple of scoops in the middle. And then you're just fluffing in circles, that's all. Right, and then you can add a little bit more to this guy. Again, remember I said I just used the edge of my brush. Okay, you can put Fluffy away. I'll give you guys a chance to catch up mustard. No pretzels. Jerry, no pretzels for you. I'm going to come back in with my mini-me. I'm going to fix my sun a little bit better since I was lazy before. So I'm just fixing this a little bit better. I was a little bit lazy. I was being lazy. Doing it with Big Boy. So I'm just going to fix him up with Mini Me. Real quick like. There we go. So I'm grabbing my white and my yellow with my Mini Me, and I'm coming in here and I'm just refixing my sun so Tina can see it, because I kind of lost it being lazy doing it with Big Boy. So there it is, Tina. It's back. It's back for the attack. Alright, so what you're going to do, you're going to take Mini Me. You're going to take Mini Me and you're going to grab just some blue paint. And we're going to put a shadow under our waves. So underneath your fluffies, you're going to do some zigzag zoom with Mini Me with a little bit of blue paint. How much paint? A little bit. Alright, so underneath your waves you just did, you're just going to do a little bit of zigzag like this. Up and down, in the little nooks and crannies. Okay, not a lot of paint at all. Right, if you have one that's like hanging over, you know, jump over it, go to the other side of it. Nice and soft, light, 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 light touch. And if you notice, I didn't grab any more paint yet. I didn't grab any more paint yet. You know, you just want to leave this soft and kind of work it in. Still using the same amount of paint that I grabbed before. Working my way across. Hardly any paint on my brush at all. Corn on the cob and coleslaw. That's nice. Yeah, you don't want to eat the paint, guys. It is non-toxic, but you want to stay away from actually eating the paint. Now I'm going to go under this guy here. And we're just putting a shadow. That's all we're doing is putting a shadow. Right? And then just go over it, soften your edge out. No paint on my brush anymore. Okay, so now you're going to grab Big Boy and you're going to fix your horizon line. Oh wait, no, we got one more step. Alright, so this is the step you guys always like. I do it all the time. You need clean yellow paint, right? I always do this. You know what I do to get that nice golden rich color. That's right, Jerry, you did. You're using your paint as dip for your pretzels. You guys know what trick I'm going to do. So I'm grabbing a nice clean Mini Me. I'm grabbing just yellow. And I'm going to come back into all these sections. And I'm going to put just the yellow. Go underneath that little angled swoop that you did before. Go underneath that. You know what trick I'm doing. You know I love this trick. I do it all the time. And I'm grabbing just yellow paint and I'm making all of the, I'm putting nice gold pops into my clouds, into where my sun is. I went over the whole entire section with just yellow. Alright, I'm going to do some pieces in my water. Just yellow paint. And I'm just adding this pop of yellow in here. Make nice golden colors. You know this trick. You know this already. I do this all the time with just the yellow paint since it's see-through. So you can see all the amazingness that you did without covering it. But it makes everything that pretty golden color. Alright, I'm going to go into my cloud here. With just the yellow. Right, just work it in. Stop it when you want to stop. Your cloud, your world. Right, grab just the yellow, go into my clouds up here. Okay, and now I'm doing swoops on the underneath like this. Like the sun's hitting it from the bottom. Okay, so I'm just pushing back and forth and going underneath. So this cloud looks like the sun's hitting it from the bottom. Okay? Just yellow paint, plain old yellow paint. Gotta love it. Now I'm going to go back into this smaller cloud. Put some scoops in. Right, so the yellow paint, when you really want it to pop, since it's so see-through, it kind of, you know, you have to do a lot of layers with the white and yada yada yada. But it's absolutely amazing to just add this little golden hue to everything. And you can still see all the amazing stuff that you did underneath it. So that's what makes it totally cool. Okay? Once you're done with that, now we're going to grab Big Boy. And you're going to fix your horizon line. Okay? So you're going to go back to that blue and that red. And we're just going to clean up our lines. And we have our details to do. Tina's favorite part, the details. And we're going to call this one done, guys. How awesome are you? How amazing are you? Don't forget on the event page to share your paintings. You know, even if you did it on the replay. So we can all see your awesome creations. Okay, hold your brush back here. Nice thin line of paint. Come in and shoot right across. Clean that line up. And then just kind of fill it in a little bit. Alright, grab more paint right on the edge of my palette to make a nice thin line. I'm going to come in here, swoop right across, and just kind of fill in. And now with this, oops, I guess I'm making a higher horizon because I just went into my cloud. Whoops, that's alright. Even on my original, my horizon line isn't straight, guys. But you didn't notice that, did you? So don't bug out if this doesn't come out nice and straight right across. Number one, it's water. Number two, on my original, my horizon line's completely crooked. But you guys didn't notice. And now, with Big Boy, I'm just going to do slices into this yellow to clean up that fluffed out edge. So I'm going to do slices into the yellow. I'll show you a close-up as soon as I'm done doing this. And that's going to clean up that edge. Close-up! Oop, earthquake! Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just slicing in with my thin, flat brush. Alright, so we're on to Tina's favorite part, the details. Let's do some roll call. I haven't said hi to you guys in a while. You guys are amazing. Thank you for making my Friday nights amazing. Remember, it is absolutely free to watch. Tips are appreciated. Art supplies aren't free, people. Okay, and if you want your brush sets, message me. We have the brush sets, every brush I've used for every single party. Those are available, and we have our painting kits, has all the supplies you need to get started. Everything I use for every single party is in the painting kits, so you can message me about that if you'd like. If there's any original paintings you guys see, they're all for sale. So any of my originals that I use to display what we're painting before we even start, every single one of those are for sale. So if there's one that you're interested in, message me, and you know, you can hit send message right on the top of my page, and I'll tell you the details about that. If you ever have any questions painting anything, 6,000% message me, and I will answer you as quickly as I can. I love looking at your artwork. I love looking at your growth. I was talking to Tina the other night. We were talking about how we learn something every single time we paint. So that is the amazingness that's right there. All right, so we're just going to grab, Tiny. Not Tiny, we're not using Tiny Night. We're going to grab Mini-Me. Yes, Tina. So we're going to grab Mini-Me, and we're going to put some more details into our waves. We're going to use Mini-Me and Mr. Nifty. Alright, guys, so our smaller brushes now. This is the other Tina's favorite part. She loves the details. And we're going to kiss Summer. Good night. Good night, Summer. Alright, so get yourself Mini-Me and some clean white paint. And you're going to come in here, and you're just here, there, not everywhere, guys. Here, there, not everywhere. Alright, you're just going to come in. Let me give you a close-up so you can see it. You're going to come into where your waves are here, and you're just going to put those scoops back in with just some clean white paint. Like I said, here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. And I'm just dabbing and staying in that circular motion, cleaning up my top, cleaning up the top part of my waves, right? Staying true to the shape that I made before. Very little paint. If you notice, I just did that whole section. I'm softening it out now, right? No worries, okay? And then where I did the splash up, right? So we have the little splash up section here, so I'm going to clean that up. Right, I'm going to put some wave in front of it, because we don't know where it starts. We just see, you know, we don't know what it's hitting in the water to cause that to splash up. So I'm going to put some round ones in front of it. And then clean off my edges here, put some pops of white in. Look at that, I'm just doing flicks, right? Just flicks. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Okay, come over here, clean this up a bit more. That's it. So you're just going to clean all your waves up. That's all you're doing. You're just cleaning them up. Just adding some white to get them to pop more. Just dabbing, doing circular motions, cleaning up my tops, adding that little bit of pop, cleaning up the bottom where I put that shadow line before. Right, making sure it all makes sense. Okay, just working my way across. That's all we're doing. All we're doing. Alright, and then we're going to take Mr. Nifty, and we're going to add some dots and some straight splashy lines, and we're going to be all set. We're going to be all finished. Good night, Summer. Good night, Summer. I'm telling you, that should be a song. Even though I can't sing worth a lick. So my mom took me, right? She has this little group she goes to, and they do hymns, like the ones you hear in church all the time. And it's called a hymn sing. So she took me to this hymn sing. And, well, you all know how well I sing. That's why I paint. And I really wasn't singing. And she's like, well, why aren't you singing? You know, sing, have fun, right? And I'm like, okay. So, halfway through this thing, I actually decide to sing along with the other 80 people that are singing these songs. And I sing one song, and she turns to me and she goes, okay, you're good. You can stop singing now. One song. And my mom said, yeah, she's good. She doesn't want to hear me singing anymore. Good old moms, right? They give it and then they take it away. So much for not feeling self-conscious about my singing. But it was a lovely day. We had lunch together and got to hang out with my mom and my sister and all that good stuff. Right? Remember that big splashdown we did over here? So we're just going to just pull our brush and do little flicks. Right? Get that splashdown going on. Alright? And I'm grabbing my white paint, and it has some other colors going on inside of it, and that's okay. You know, you want it generally clean, but we don't mind those other colors mixing in. We don't mind those other colors mixing in, because it's going to pick up all that sunset stuff that we did. Your mom would do that too, Kelly? You got to do parts over again. I figured you're going to do parts over again, because you played too much. You were just having fun and playing around. That's okay. That's not a problem. Your mom used to tell you you couldn't carry a tune in a bucket with a lid on it. The struggle is real, right? Alright, so we're going to this little guy over here now. And we're just going to do some little pieces. We're going to do some little pieces. I'm cleaning up along that little shadow line that we made. Right? So the shadow's under the waves, not on top of it. Right? Do a little pieces here. Right? Alright. So, now we're going to grab Mr. Nifty. And we're going to add some of the details. So, this is just dots. That's all it is. So I'm grabbing Mr. Nifty. He's our nifty little brush. Anybody that sends me support gets Mr. Nifty's for free. He's awesome! Alright, yeah, you can't wait, Tina? This is easy. It's just dots. So we're grabbing Mr. Nifty. We're going to go on that splash up right here. And you're going to just put them on and move your hand in an arching motion. Right? Really get some straight lines coming out of him. Really accentuating that splash. Right? So holding my brush still, just moving my hand in a whoop, whoop. Right? Whoosh. And then at the edges of those little lines you put in, you're just going to put in some dots. Very random. Little squiggles, little dots, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Okay? And then in here, I'm going to put a water line. So you're going to go from underneath your wave, and you're just going to do like a little, but you want to follow that up and down. So I'm just going to do like a little squiggle, like a water line going through the wave. And then do a piece off of that, curving. Right? Clean up the edge a little bit. So you have these little water lines in your water where the foam is kind of caught into the wave and keeps going. Alright, now we're going to go over here. We're going to go over here to this splash. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to put these lines in, finishing that curve up. Just finishing up that curve. That's all we're doing. Making little swooping motions on the bottom of this, making it bend around. Okay, and I want to put some water lines over here, and they're just, you know, straight up and down, little squiggly, little zaggy. Zaggy, there's a word for you. There's a word I just made up. Okay, so, you know, that's just the foam getting caught in the part. Like how I described that? The part. Alright. Okay, now up in here, I put some dots. Right? I'm just dabbing some dots. Little small dots. Because it just makes the splash that much more exciting. I'll give you a little close-up of that. See? Just some dots. See that? That's all it is. Just dots. Okay? And then we're going to come over here and we're going to add some water lines in going towards the front of our water. So I'm going to grab let me clean off Mr. Nifty. And you want your paint nice and loose and thin. So if you need to add a little water to your white paint, go for it. Nice and loose and thin, okay? Nice and loose and thin. And wipe off Mr. Nifty. Alright, remember this is he's not a marker. Harder you press, more paint's not going to come out of him. So every time I move my hand away from this canvas, I am wiping the brush off and filling it with more paint. Right? So I'm just going to come over in here and I'm just going to do some water lines going towards the shore here. Alright, so just a little, you know, something going on. Just a little something going on there, right? Wiping off my brush, grabbing more paint. Put one over here. Maybe do a little circle, a little wrap around. A little wrap around. Right? Come over here, do a little wrap around the other way. Why not? Why not? Right? And have that go all the way to the front where your water hit the beach. If you want to put some extra lines in your water where it's hitting the beach, put some more pops of white in there. You 6,000%, you can do that. I'm going to come over here, add some water lines over here. Right, and these are just little squiggles, little squiggly fun things, nothing serious. Wiping my brush off, grabbing more paint. Maybe, just maybe, there's some more right underneath the wave. Like, if you didn't do the blend of your shadow very well, you can definitely camouflage it behind these little waterline things. No one's going to notice that your blend stinks. Not that anything stinks in any one of your guys' paintings. You're all way too hard on yourselves. I think you all do amazing jobs for where you're at. You know, you got to just remind yourself how long you've been painting for. You haven't been painting for very long. So you can't expect to be like all this amazingness when you've only picked up a paintbrush like 8 months ago. Unlike me, who, I don't like to say it, but I've been painting for 35 years. I took a little hiatus in my 20s. I mean, who doesn't take a little hiatus in their 20s? So that's not like, you know, constant, consistent throughout my whole life. You know, I did have my little breaks and whatnot. So I'm just coming over to this other side, adding some water lines as it meets into this wave right here. Alright, guys. That's it. You did an amazing job. Good night, summer. That's what I'm talking about. So make sure you share on the event page your awesome work. If you have any questions, 6,000%, you can ask me. And I will definitely try to answer you. Always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. If you send me a tip, you're going to get Mr. Nifty's for free. As long as I have your address. Okay? And this was a lot of fun, guys. I had an amazing evening with my fam. Another amazing evening. Kelly, you're so behind it'll take you a while. That's okay. That's why I make my my refills. That's why I make my refills always available. My replays. Awesome sauce, Jerry. You're welcome, Kelly. I love my Friday nights too. We have a great time. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. You guys can totally do this sunset painting. You are so welcome, artists. Thank you so much. And without a problem. I know you could do it. I know you could do it. Happy Labor Day! That's right, Tina. Well, Artist has her corn on the cob and her salads for her Labor Day. You're welcome, Lisa. I forgot it's Labor Day weekend. So this is a perfect weekend to do Goodnight Summer. Alright, so we're going to all kiss summer goodnight. We're all going to say bye-bye, summertime. Let's get into some hoodies and some... I like those little slip-on sneaker shoes with my hoodie and maybe some shorts still, and it gets cool at night, and doing some fires and camping. Oh, you are so welcome, Tina. Good night and have a good weekend. That's right, artists. Right? Having the fire pits outside. I have a few weeks of where my allergies will be okay until the leaves start falling, and then I'm going to be a mess. Jamie in the house. Thanks so much for popping back in, you little popper, you. We have Jamie as a popper, and we have Marlene as a popper. We got a new name. We got creepers, watchers. Now we have poppers. Good night, Tina. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching me. I hope you have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Stay tuned for How To Tuesday. We're going to learn how to paint pumpkins. So, How To Tuesday is going to be pumpkins. Since you're probably going to paint a lot of them the next 2 months, so we might as well go over how to paint some pumpkins. That's what I'm thinking. If you have any ideas of what you guys want to learn, 6,000%, let me know. And I can make a How To Tuesday out of it. So, and if any of you are ever watching the replay, 6,000%. If you have a question, come and ask me. Kelly, I hope you have fun with your finishing touches. You're going to do an amazing job. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight. So, goodnight, fam. You all warm my heart. Have fun. Go create. Okay? Mwah. Good night, everybody.